What does the UK, North Korea and Iran all have in common? Wait, what? What kind of question is that? Well, just some years ago this would have been unthinkable. But these countries have all arrested Christian preachers. Yes, the UK arresting Christian street preachers for preaching the gospel. Make sure to watch this video to the very end to get all the information in this shocking video. Remember to hit that subscribe button and notification bell so you don't miss out on future important videos like this. So let's get right into it. On the 23rd of February, a Nigerian preacher named Uluvule, I hope I pronounced that correctly, was standing on the streets of London preaching the gospel to the people of Britain. A little ironic, you know, back a few hundred years ago, Britain was sending missionaries to Africa, now Africa is sending missionaries to Britain. Anyway, let's watch the video of what happened to Uluvule.
You better even make your life to the Lord Jesus Christ.
What are you doing here?
I am preaching.
You are preaching. I'm going to require you to go away.
You can never.
Okay, then I will arrest you for a breach of peace. Plain and simple.
What breach of peace?
It's what you're doing at the moment. You're causing problems, you're disturbing people's days, and you're breaching their peace. Okay, so for that to be dealt with, if you won't go away voluntarily, you will have to arrest you.
I will not go away because I need to tell them the truth. Because Jesus is the only way, the truth. Jesus is the only way, the truth, and the life.
I appreciate
and
that.
Nobody.
But nobody wants to listen to that. They want you to go away.
Oh, you don't want to listen to that. You will listen when you are dead. You will listen when you are dead. You will listen. Take me. No. Don't take my Bible away. Don't take my Bible away. Don't take my Bible.
I gave you the simple option.
Don't take my Bible away.
No, we're not taking it away.
Before that, sir.
Okay, no problem. Thank you.
Whatever you like, you can even do. Whatever you like. Where do you park?
Huh? We're not parked anywhere. We're going to go for a walk. Thank you.
What? What? Did you see that? This is something I never thought I would live to see happen in a Western European country. This is the kind of thing that happened under Stalin and Mao. This is frankly shocking. Make sure to share this video, guys. This is unbelievable. Let's have a look at this again.
Jesus is the only way, the truth. Jesus is the only way, the truth, and the life.
I appreciate
and
that.
Nobody.
But nobody wants to listen to that. They want you to go away.
The man urged the police officer to give his life to Jesus and said that Jesus is the way. The police responded with saying that, quote, nobody wants to listen to that, unquote. Excuse me, how is that at all relevant? If people don't want to listen to it, they can just walk on. No one is forcing people to listen to the preacher. Besides, how does the police know that no one wants to listen to it? Did he go around asking everyone in the vicinity their opinion on the preacher? No, I don't think so. The man said that the police officer will listen when he stands before God. This seemed to make the officer very annoyed and decided to arrest him on the spot for allegedly, quote, breaching the peace, unquote. What kind of breach of peace are we talking about here? Is preaching the gospel on a street corner now considered breach of peace in the UK? Is it unpeaceful to talk about Jesus on the street? Is that breaching the peace? Is that disturbing people? Well, it's freedom of speech, it's freedom of religion, come on! The man was preaching the good news. He was preaching the gospel, which is all about peace, forgiveness and love, the greatest love of all. Then we see the police ripping the Bible out of the preacher's hand. And when he complains to the police, about that, the police said that he should have thought about that before being racist. What?
No. Don't take my Bible away. Don't take my Bible away. Don't take my Bible.
This is just getting crazier and crazier. What? Here they are, two white police officers in London arresting a black preacher for preaching. Then they call him racist. If anything, it would be the white police officers that were racist and anti-Christian towards the black man. This is actually crazy. Where is Black Lives Matters? Where are all the leftist groups defending this African preacher, complaining about systemic racism and all of these things that they have been complaining about for years, you know? If you've been following the news, you know, these groups have been complaining for years about the police, you know, systematically oppressing minority groups and so on. Well, where are they here? Oh, what's that I hear? Is that crickets? The video was filmed by Eye on Anti-Semitism. According to the lady who filmed the video, the police had accused the preacher of being, quote, Islamophobic as well. While crime is soaring in London, with 1 in 5 adults having experienced it, what does the UK police do? Well, they go and use their valuable time to arrest a peaceful Christian preacher. You literally cannot make this up. For real, what is the world coming to? After having been arrested, the preacher was later released without charge and dropped off in an unfamiliar suburb without enough money to get home, according to an organization called Christian Concern. A kind member of the public gave him some money so he could go home. However, the brave preacher did not go home. He went right back to the same spot and continued preaching where he left off. This guy has got some guts, man. One thing I want to talk about, you know, see that the way the police officers disrespectfully just ripped the Bible out of the man's hands? Imagine if they had done that with the Quran. Imagine the uproar that would have ensued. Back in 2015, British police even dived in the canal to rescue Islamic books that had been dumped in the water. Here are some comments that the police gave after arrest. Quote, the initial report suggests some Islamophobic language had been used, unquote, the police force told Faithwire. Quote, however, nobody has made a formal allegation to this effect, and no language of this nature was used in the presence of officers, unquote. But this is not the first time the preachers have been arrested in the UK. For example, the Christian singer Don Francisco was actually denied entry into the UK by the Home Office many years ago. And there are many videos of on YouTube of preachers getting arrested in the UK. Take a look at this, for example.
You, Section 5 public order. Okay, this is because people have been offended by what you said. Okay, you do not have to say anything, but may humbly defend if you do not mention when questioned something which you led to rely on before.
An American preacher in the UK was arrested for offending people with his preaching. So apparently no freedom of speech and no freedom of religion? There are other videos of street preachers being harassed in the UK as well. Look at this.
I've had 2 people come up to me and complain already.
What did they say?
Okay, they've said that the scripture that you've quoted or the words that you've said in relation to homosexuality and homelessness has offended them.
Can I ask you something?
Yes.
Is this a banned book in
No,
English?
it's not a banned book at all.
So am I allowed to read from the Bible?
Are you allowed to read the Bible? Yes, you can read from the Bible.
So I'm going to read.
People, okay?
So if I read the Bible and that offends somebody, then so their rights trump mine.
If you're offending them, yes.
Did you get that? The police told the man that if people are offended, then their rights trump the preacher's rights. Let that just sink in for a moment. Are we now at the point where if someone is offended, everything should be centered around them and their feelings? What about the preacher's feelings? Hello? We are now at the point where people are getting arrested in the UK for preaching the Bible. This is what Stalin did. This is what Mao did. This is what North Korea does. Is this what Britain has become? These are scary times for freedom of religion and freedom of speech. This is nothing but authoritarianism, and it's happening right here in Europe, right now. Weren't we supposed to be better than this? Wasn't this what we fought World War II for? Is this what our ancestors fought for? For our freedoms? Freedom of speech? Now just being taken away. What do you think, guys? Make sure to leave your comment below. Hit that like button if you found this video useful, and remember to subscribe and share this video all over the internet to help raise awareness of this. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time. Head over to my website petersweden.com and sign up to my email list to get all the latest news, independent news, uncensored news. So make sure to sign up there, and also if you want to support my work, it's highly appreciated. Head over to my donate page, because I need your help, guys. The mainstream media are not up to the job. They've got billions in funding, I've only got you guys. So if you want to support my work at all, that is highly appreciated. You can support me on Patreon, where you can do a monthly donation and get different rewards as well, depending on how much you want to support me with, and get access to exclusive posts. Or you can do a one-time donation on GoFundMe if you'd rather do that. Anything is highly appreciated and helps me keep going and producing quality content like this for you guys. Thanks so much. And now a huge thank you to my special Patreon supporters. I couldn't have done this without you. I really appreciate your help, guys.